Do you ever experience a rude person in your life and you always wonder why they're being so rude to you? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain why that is and how you can actually heal yourself from these people. So let's get into it. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality. And welcome to today's video, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the truth about rude, quote unquote, rude or negative people in your life. You know, we always have that boss that's always an asshole to us for no reason, right? It seems. We can never get away from that coworker who's constantly bugging us, constantly making rude, remarks to us. And it seems like there's nothing that we can do about it, but in this video I want to explain to you why these people exist and what actually goes on within their life. When we are dealing with rude people, let me just first start off with this. Whenever you're dealing with a rude person, it's never your fault. Just take that into consideration. If somebody is rude to you, it has nothing to do with you. All of it has something to do with them. Everything that they say to you is a reflection of how they feel, because we have to understand that if somebody doesn't like their life, they're either going to be expressive about it, meaning rude to you, or they're gonna hold it inside and not say anything about it. You know what I mean? But we have to realize that whenever we're dealing with rude people in our life, like I said before, it never is your fault and it never happens because of you. The true reason why these people are rude is because there's something going on with their life that they don't like. Either it's something that's going on within their life or within themselves. Every single time somebody is being rude to you, it is because that is how they feel about themselves. You know what I mean? And so they're openly expressing it onto somebody else. And so this should be a clear indication that this person, either their life isn't very great, they don't love their life, or they don't like themselves, or both. Or there's a certain person who they just can't stand in their life that is kind of in their way and they're not doing anything about it. These are the type of people who come across as rude. I used to have a coworker, we'll call him Bob, and Bob always, I used to work at the cash register, and we had like this weird little setup with where the kitchen was right behind the cash register, and I had to, make call outs like a lot of the times, and I always messed up because I was very new to that. I wasn't used to projecting my voice back there, you know what I mean? So anytime I would mess up, he would get so super mad at me and just super frustrated and upset, and he would always let me know about it, you know what I mean? He'd give me the earful about it, and even if I didn't mess up, he was still being rude to me. You know what I mean? And it really pissed me off at first, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it really made me angry. There was even a couple instances where I snapped at him. But I ended up apologizing because I ended up realizing that there's a lot going on in his life that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? There are things that are going on about his life that he doesn't really like, you know what I'm saying? And I was aware of this because I overheard him, he would talk to me about his life, about a little bit about his life, because it's not like we were like enemies or anything like that. He was just very rude, and everyone kind of saw him as the asshole, and so we didn't really have anything against each other, but he was always just very negative. He was always a very negative person, and this is the same for if you're dealing with negative people, negative, rude. It seems like there's a little bit of malice there. The reason for this is because there's a lot going on in their life that we don't know about. You know, there's something in their life that they're unhappy about. You know, there's some aspect of them that they don't like. You know, there's probably a lot of things in their life. It's either there are things in their life that they don't like about, or they don't like themselves. You know what I mean? And this is where we can have empathy for these people, because we can understand that, you know, we weren't always perfect. You know what I mean? We weren't always, nobody's perfect, but we weren't always very happy all the time. You know what I mean? You might be experiencing this within your own life. You know, these people aren't aware that they're being rude to you. They're not aware that they're being assholes. You know what I mean? And they'll just claim that name because that's kind of what everyone else calls them, you know. But in reality, they're not aware of it, and it's because there's an aspect of themselves that they don't like. You know, a wise man once said, in life you don't necessarily attract what you want. You know, you attract a reflection of who you are. You know, and this is really key in terms of dealing with these type of people, because their life is a reflection of how they feel. You know, and because of that, they are expressing anger, they're expressing malice, they're expressing rudeness, right? And it's because that's how they feel about themselves, you know. And so it has nothing to do with you. And that is the beautiful thing about these people, is that we can observe them without judgment. You know what I mean? We can have empathy for these people, and that is not only benefiting yourself, but it's also benefiting them, because there's no need to confront them or to be expressive and to be angry at them, because you are just, you know, fueling the fire. You know, you're just adding to the rudeness of them. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to pick up on rudeness. You know what I mean? Everybody is a lot more receptive to positivity than they are negativity. You know, and that is why it is important to at least, you know, have an understanding for these people and what they're going through in their life. You know, I was having a conversation about this with my family yesterday, and it's never on you. You know, it's always on the other person. And whether that's because they don't like themselves or they don't like their current situation, you know, in their life, it is never your fault. And so just take that into consideration next time you come into contact with someone who's quote unquote rude, or somebody who is just, you don't necessarily get along with or vibe with. And so yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything further on this video, or any future video suggestions that you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I will respond to every comment. Make sure that you have questions right now, because my YouTube channel is blowing up and I'm only going to get bigger. And there's eventually going to be a point in my life where I'm not going to be able to respond to each and every one of you. So make sure, if you have questions, let me know down in the comment section. I can make a video for certain questions that you want me to answer if you'd like. You can also DM me on Instagram. But with that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.